Hey gamers, welcome to Pisscast, the only podcast where we pee on camera, except it's not on camera.
The only podcast in the entire universe where we have to restart 5 times because everyone won't shut up.
My name is Zai, and I am the 5th co-host.
You're at least the
five.
third.
I have at least 5 men in my basement. There's Eli. There's this guy. This fucking. What's his name? Something gay. I don't know who this guy is. Please help me save him.
Are you talking about
being kidnapped by them? Please help me.
Alright, well, my name is... Okay, I asked... Stupid. Alright, no, I go by many names. You can call me Wuggles, Constantine, Ouija, gay ass.
Alright, Ouija Killer 33.
But for now, let's just call her Wuggles. That's good.
Ouija Killer 33.
I'm not calling her Wuggles.
You know,
I'm gonna call you
or just call me Karen.
I'm gonna call you
Optimus
Shinji.
Karen.
That's
Optimus
a good...
Karen.
I'll call you Shinji.
Are you seriously gonna call me Shinji?
Yes.
All right, my new name is Shinji, guys. I come in hospital.
We have Misery.
Yeah, my name is Misery. I enjoy long walks on the beach and thighs.
Well, not for long.
Not for long.
Just go to joke. It's so funny.
What?
Nothing. Jesus. Get it? Because you like it. Oh fuck! Edit that out. Misery Wong.
Yeah, my name is Matsana, and I'm here to say shout out America.
Shout out America.
You can't shout at anything.
Okay, so welcome. This is the podcast where we talk about the thing and then we pee. So we got this thing. We call it. We found this thing called Donkey Kong. Murdered Mario and Luigi's parents.
Yeah.
Number 6.
Yeah, number 6. So famous YouTuber blamed it on George. Made this video.
I love it.
Called Yo 15 Mario theories. Okay, number 6 on the list was here, I can play it for you.
Donkey Kong murdered Mario and Luigi's parents.
Yeah, so basically this is a tragedy.
Truly a masterpiece.
I wanted to get it that
drama
way.
and a death, and it burdens my soul.
Right, I just want to get it out the way. For those uninitiated in our meddlings, we did a pre-show yesterday. We tried to do an episode yesterday, but it didn't work because we couldn't get the audio set up correctly. For the entire 3 hours, we were laughing our asses off at this shitty fucking NPC file. Donkey Kong murdered Mario.
Number 6.
Donkey Kong murdered Mario and Luigi's parents.
This is gonna age so well.
It's gonna age so well. We're gonna look back on this in 19 years. It's gonna be so funny. Half of us are gonna be dead.
Yeah. So basically, about this theory, I think it's completely incomprehensible. Donkey Kong is the leader of the crew. He would never do such a thing. He only uses his coconut gun for good.
He only
never
uses his
said he
coconut.
could with his compass. I think he could never have.
You see, I disagree. I think Donkey Kong is capable of such a horrible act, and I'm here to prove it. See, I have notes ready. It says here in the first comment. I just peed on the notes. I'm sorry. Ruined.
He ruined his notes, so I automatically win. This is Rick. He's a retard.
Welcome,
Basically, he was not supposed to be in this recording because, and apparently he's gonna come in here now, even though we've already been recording everything. So basically,
This is Rick. He is the guy that we keep around because his mom asks us to hang out with him.
Yeah, he's the one that he's like, we're at the park, we're chilling, and then like the one mom walks over that's a friend with our moms, and she's like, hey, can you play with my little son Timmy? And we're like, all right, fine, because then we can't say no. And that's basically how it is. Shut up, or I'm gonna hit you again. Shut up. Stop crying. That's what I thought. Okay.
He's gone.
Yeah, we booed him.
Yeah, so basically, I don't think DK the moral capacity to do this, honestly. His coconut gun only finds those that are worthy of his judgment. And I think that Mario and Luigi's parents would never have done such a thing. This act upon their family.
You know what?
That's what I'm saying.
My notes are slowed right now, so
I just think that the guy who made the theory is brain dead.
Yeah, honestly, if DK murdered Mario and Luigi's parents, why would they invite him to the Mario versus Sonic
So,
event?
okay, can I give my 2 cents on this? Can I give my 2 cents on this theory really quick?
yes, go ahead, Major.
So, so maybe what Mr. Blame It on George is referring to is an alternate universe scenario in which Mr. Mario Jumpman Mario was brutally dismembered and murdered by Donkey Kong in the original 1973 Donkey Kong video game.
Well, you can say that, but then you can say any theory took place in an alternate universe, and there's not really any proof to back, any argument against that. Because how are you supposed to go against an argument that says, hey, this happened in an alternate universe? How are you supposed to fight against that?
Hear me out. You can actually... Okay, hear me out. You can actually encounter this in-game. Now, I know it sounds weird, but if you run into an obstacle...
Okay, George, what are you saying?
What'd you just call me?
George.
You shut your mouth.
Only someone like George would be dumb enough to believe this.
Only someone like Karen would.
George,
Go ahead, Misery. Tell me what you're saying here.
So, in Donkey Kong, for the arcade cabinet video game system, you can run into a barrel and die. Now, there's a very popular theory that is Mario and Luigi's parents. And now, here's the thing. You could actually create a scenario within the game where Donkey Kong murders Mario and Luigi's parents, okay? So, what if this is actually the canon ending to Donkey Kong? It's not one where...
Then wait a second.
Jumpman.
Hold on to your britches. 1 second. If Jumpman was Mario and Luigi's father, okay, then why would Mario and Luigi invite them to their Winter Olympics?
What if they don't know?
Because the Winter Olympic Games are non-canon.
Why do you think Mario battles Donkey Kong all the time?
Yeah, but
it's because they're trying to.
They invite Bowser
because
to the Olympic
Games.
He's the leader of the DK Funky crew. He could
Mario battles Donkey Kong so much because Donkey Kong killed Mario and Luigi's parents.
No, that's not true.
But it turns out.
True. I have proof to back it up.
Okay, where's your proof?
Listen to this. Listen to this, okay? Listen. Shh.
Can we kick Zayat? Can we kick
That
Zayat?
was the sound.
Can we kick Zayat? I'm kicking Zay.
That was the
I'm
sound
removing
of
Zay.
DK's coconut gun, okay?
So how are you guys doing?
Oh, you didn't have to use the coconut gun to destroy her, dude.
She just died. Oh, I'm sure she'll be back. But the point is, okay, you know what? Okay, what if? I'm gonna one up you guys. What if Donkey Kong is Mario's father?
So Donkey
You're
Kong,
kicking me out because you
Kong,
disagree with my opinion? You're kicking me out because you disagree. Listen,
So what
that's
is Donkey Kong? What is Donkey Kong?
DK, that is the sound of Donkey Kong's coconut gun, okay? Now, you can see this present in many other games, stealing the audio file.
Name every single one of the games. Name every
from his
single
coconut gun or using it. Listen, and if this is the sound of his coconut gun, okay?
Oh, no.
We can all assume that if he would have murdered them, the only way to do so would be using his coconut gun, because we all know the barrels let them respawn, okay?
So, okay.
Because you can respawn in Mario if you add extra points, but if he takes his coconut gun and he shoots you, you are dead. You have been sent to the second dimension. You have been ripped from time and space itself, and you have been sent to an intergalactic prison in which you will never return for the rest of your life until you die, inevitably.
Wait. I actually want a theory. What if Donkey Kong is Mario and Luigi's parents? Now, so this...
Hang on. Wouldn't they already be dead? Following that logic?
No.
What about this? DK ate Mario and Luigi's parents, and he became them.
No.
Homeostasis.
No. Donkey Kong would have to kill
Not
himself.
something.
Donkey Kong would have to kill himself after Mario and Luigi's birth for him to be Mario and Luigi's parents.
Well, yeah, he does kill himself. He lets Jumpman kill him in the game, like in the arcade game.
He does kill himself.
So technically, and he causes that. He's the reason that he died. So technically, he did kill Mario and Luigi's parents, which is himself.
Hang on. Did we already establish the
Cue the sound clip. Cue the sound clip.
Did we already
The sound
establish?
clip? Yes.
Did we already establish that Jumpman is Mario's father?
Yes.
Or
Donkey Kong murdered Mario and Luigi's parents.
That is my favorite sound
guys.
clip.
Okay, guys, that settles it, Mario.
I think that's case closed.
Donkey Kong-
that's case closed.
Donkey Kong actually murdered Mario and Luigi's parents. We've solved the case.
Yeah, okay. So, okay, next topic we've
Have you
got
guys
here.
seen the amount of Donkey Kong Rule 34? Alright?
Speaking of Rule
No.
34,
No.
have you guys heard of
I'm just
hentai?
curious. What's hentai?
Do you not know what hentai is, do you?
No.
You don't know what it is?
So let me get.
It's like when you draw like anime characters.
Let me get this straight. So, hentai is Asian porn.
Hentai is Asian porn that is drawn by other Asians.
That's not fair.
Yes. That is the fact.
That is the truth.
Speaking of...
Have you ever heard of a bukkake being performed by a white man? No.
What's
Okay.
bukkake?
What's
I guess-
bukkake, guys?
Bukkake?
Guys, what is bukkake? I don't know what this is. Please help.
You know that scene from Evangelion, from end of Evangelion?
Oh yeah, guys.
Where
Okay, so basically there's this scene. There's this
on
scene in
Astro.
Evangelion where
You shut up,
Shinji,
you've never
he
watched
goes,
Evangelion.
"Oh my god!"
You've never watched
You
Evangelion.
never
you shut
watched
up.
Evangelion.
And then
Why-
he goes, "Oh my god!"
For the
And then everybody
uninitiated-
dies
so for the uninitiated,
because he said,
so
"Oh
for the
my
uninitiated,
god!"
can you
know,
shut up?
So
I'm gonna mute you.
Can you shut
Okay,
Shut
so
up,
for the uninitiated, there's a scene in the Neon Genesis Evangelion movie where the main character ejaculates to his comatose female friend, but he ejaculates onto his hand, so he doesn't come onto her, but he ejaculates into his hand, and it's really hot, honestly. but it exists. And there's this really well-written analysis of this scene.
Oh my god, I just looked at the scene.
You just looked up the scene. Do you like it? Do you like it?
Why?
Okay, hang on. Hear me out, guys. Hear me out. So if Shinji was actually masturbating using the direct pump and ejaculate method, why would the cum be on his hand? Because we see in the scene that the cum goes on his hand, right?
Because he wanted to hide it, he covered it.
Yeah.
So what he did is he got it. He got to it. He got to the edge. No. He got to the edge, and then he quickly did it, and then he put his hand in front of it, so it would not get everywhere.
But why would he? Okay, so wait. So it's Shinji is right-handed. So why would he have cum on his right hand if he was right-handed? Like,
because he pumped it with his left.
Bro.
This is like the detective.
So wait.
This is detective work.
So wait. So this is Evangelion, right? So what kind of symbolism does?
That's not funny. Fucking fans. Maybe we can do another episode with Warframe Boy.
Yeah.
Okay. So basically, okay, guys, have you guys know the Thomas trains? You know that you had as a little kid.
No. Okay. Wait. We're gonna save that for
Thomas
later.
near and dear to
We're
my
gonna
heart.
save that for later.
No, we're not. No, we're not.
We haven't
No, we're not.
discussed the Evangelion Doshinji.
Now.
We haven't discussed the Evangelion.
Okay, you guys do that.
Doshinji.
I'm going to end my life.
So
Fine, we can save
bringing it back.
the
We have to save it for later. Okay, it's literally the best topic we have.
It's quite literally like the best and worst thing that we probably will ever talk about
By
on
the way,
this show.
you still owe me. You still owe me for setting up this whole podcast.
I do,
You
but
do. You do.
up.
You
Not-
do.
I will
Nothing you
pay
don't
that.
get. You do
Send
not-
him feet pics.
I'll buy you Mickey D's.
Send him feet pics.
Do not ask for anything special when you still haven't paid me back. Do not ask
Yeah,
for
so,
anything
like,
special.
What you gotta do is you gotta go to sleep, and you have to let Eli come to your house and then start coming.
Okay. So
No,
me and Karen were talking about Evangelion Dojinshi the other day.
Dojinshi. Shut up, nerd. Just call it hentai.
We were specifically talking about
Dojinshi. You guys know about Dojinshi?
I was reading a doujinshi about Spider-Man and Iron Man.
Spider-Man and Galactica, but Galactica was a girl.
And she ate the planets with her
She ate
butt.
Spider-Man. She ate the spider.
She ate
Command
the spider.
war.
Booty hole. Okay. Cool. Yeah.
Excuse me.
So okay. So we were talking about Evangelion
Dojinshi.
Dojinshi, and
Oh, that
so-
kind of
Hentai comic.
so
Hentai comic.
specifically, we were trying to find a hentai that contains.
Okay, so I tried to find a doujinshi.
Oh my god!
of,
can we
like-
not-
Oh, I'm dead.
Okay,
Oh,
fine. You explain it, idiot. Since you're so much better than me.
I
Oh my
literally
god.
I literally am so much better than you. Can you explain one thing that you are better than me at?
Fortnite.
Besides getting a girlfriend.
Fortnite.
I'm literally better at you than Fortnite. I'm literally better than you.
No, I'm not.
So, okay.
No,
Do we have
you're
to?
not.
Okay. So do we have to bring up the fact that not only did you only beat me that one time by 1 point, and then I beat you on the rematch. I beat you on the rematch. I beat you on the rematch by 5 points, and then I still continuously get more kills than you in duos. Okay? Do you really need me to explain?
How many kills I had, and I answered with more than you. Like how many?
How many times?
More than one
How many
city.
times have you died in the top 10 and had to have me carry you the rest of the way? Huh? How many times have I gotten the last kill
Guys, this
that got us a
conversation is
victory
derailing. Nobody
royale?
wants to hear about
All right.
that.
How many times? Have
How
I
many
given
times?
this? The answer is never.
How many times?
Because my name
Guys,
is
come on.
fucking Karen.
Guys,
Shut up,
nobody
Tranny.
cares
Nobody
about
cares
Fortnite.
about you.
Nobody cares
Trash.
about Fortnite, dude.
Fortnite.
Nobody cares about Fortnite. That's a dead game.
All right, can we talk about Evangelion porn, please?
Okay, you do it though.
I love Evangelion porn.
All right, so we were trying to find a doujinshi about so the idea was during the hospital scene, right? What I wanted to find a hentai of some sort where Asuka was secretly awake during the whole scene, and that she just didn't say anything because she didn't want to ruin it. Like that was the entire idea. She's turned on by Shinji coming.
Did I get that kill? No, I didn't. Guys,
We did not find that, unfortunately, but we did find Asuka Smegma.
We did find.
What is smegma?
Okay.
I still don't
What is
understand.
smegma?
Okay, so we did find this doujin called Face Sitting.
Well, hang on.
We did find this hentai called Face Sitting Princess.
It's the worst thing I've ever read.
So
Manzana, why don't you explain what smegma is?
why don't you explain
know
what
what it
smegma
is.
is for Zai?
Manzana, explain what smegma
I'm a
is.
pure woman.
Alright.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
Recite it like a Wikipedia article reading.
Unwashed.
This is like a Reddit video.
So
Oh, wait, unwashed
okay.
what?
So
Say it again. I didn't hear you, Manzana.
smegma is basically when you peel back a foreskin.
No, shut up.
and there's just-
Manzana's doing it. He never talks. We're giving it to Manzana. Shut the fuck up.
Fine. I'll let him do it.
up,
Manzana.
Go ahead, Manzana. Go ahead.
When you don't wash your pee-pee, you get the schmeg under your...
Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh no!
It's kind of sticky
Yeah.
for me.
What?
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about, but it sounds horrible.
It looks like cheese.
Wait, what? Wait.
Looks like cheese. Looks like cheese.
Wait,
Bro.
wait,
Looks like
wait.
cheese.
Mamma mia. I love
I have no idea what you're
He's
talking
a-
about because I'm not of that gay gender. I'm not a man. I'm not gay. But what are you? Wait, are you talking about build up in
It's build up within the foreskin of things
Oh
like
my
dirt,
God.
bacteria, mold, semen.
I'm gonna change my name to Smegma.
Ashoka Schmegma. Ashoka Schmegma.
There's this scene.
Maybe it can be Smeg.
There's this scene in Face Sitting Princess where Asuka, so basically it goes that Shinji is paralyzed, or really tired. I couldn't tell, but he's paralyzed, and then
Yes.
Asuka has to help him pee. So Asuka strips Shinji naked, and holds him up, and lets him pee.
When did he start coming in his hand?
And then she peels back his foreskin and devours his smegma, and then sucks his cock.
Asuka Smegma. Asuka Smegma.
And then
Asuka
sucks
Smegma.
his
Asuka
cock.
Smegma.
After he takes a piss, while it's still dripping from his penis.
This is the most disgusting
Amazing.
thing.
It's amazing.
This activated my gag reflex. Anyways, continue about the Dojin, Eli. What else was there?
So there was some face sitting, some cock and ball torture. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, epic! Please tell us more. Please tell us more about this CBT.
I'm pretty sure there was a scene where
Wikipedia, the free encyclopedia.
do not. I'm pretty sure that there was a scene.
Can you play that on your soundboard? Can you play
No,
that?
do not play that on your soundboard.
Please do. Please.
There's a scene where Asuka destroys. There's a scene where Asuka destroys Shinji's testicles with her feet.
Yo, I wish that was me.
I wish that was me.
Granted, I've never watched that shitty anime.
Let's see. There's a scene. There's a scene where Asuka starts to suffocate Shinji with her ass, and then says,
That's kind of hot.
and then says, and I quote, "I'm going to murder you with my ass," while she sits on his face.
Man, she really got to do it to him while he paralyzed, though.
Yeah, he really got to do it to him like paralyzed.
Karen, you have to repay Eli by giving him some of your schmegma.
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta do it.
And I mean physically plucking it off and putting it in a bag for him to...
I'm gonna
Plucking
trade
it off and putting it in a
200
bag.
coins for like
Karen.
what the fuck? What is
your girlfriend still there?
Hang on. Yeah, I'll go there.
Ask her if she wants her...
Hey.
Man, I love schmegma. I mean, what?
Dude, what if Elliot Roger was just so upset that like no mate
That they stole his smegma?
yeah, like that all no girl would eat his smegma voluntarily, so he just like
my smegma.
no woman likes me. I eat my smegma.
Bro, my smegma is being overtaken.
World, book by Elliot Roger.
Man, I love men.
I thought you hated men.
You literally went.
That was yesterday. Get with the times. That was
how
yesterday.
much you hated men.
That was yesterday. Don't even like appropriate.
Nuh-uh.
That's to me.
So okay, so speaking of bodily solid that taste foul.
Oh yeah.
Are you guys ready?
Oh yeah.
Are you guys ready?
Wait. Can I make a preface to this story?
Sure.
Let me preface this by saying,
Sure, go ahead.
Like, okay, so like you guys know you're like you get those toys you used to get as a kid where it's like a Thomas train and then you get like the railroad tracks, like the wooden railroad tracks.
The stupid
basically Eli has a story to tell about that
I have a story to tell about my Thomas trains.
That involves a certain bodily fluid that is known as schmegma. No, I'm kidding.
The only person
I wish.
Okay, the only person I have told about this and that I have trusted enough to tell about this is Karen.
You really shouldn't trust me with...
You're probably right, but that was a different time. So
yeah, but it's me. I'm the one that he told.
Shut up, you suck at Fortnite. So
Shut up.
So okay. When I was probably 5 or 6, maybe 4 or 5 or 6, you know, any one of those ages. I had this Thomas train, okay? And let me get my mic real close. So I had a Thomas train. And so I didn't like it very much. It was
No.
I didn't like it very much. So whenever I had the craving to relieve myself, I would bring my Thomas train into the bathroom.
Oh no.
And I would reach my hand into the toilet bowl, like not touching the water, not touching the water because that's nasty, and I would just let out.
How do you not touch the water?
Well, because there's like a space in between my ass and the toilet water. So I would just hold my train.
Wait, from this experience, do you know what from this experience?
Do I?
See,
Do I know what?
Poop tastes like?
I have not. I've
Yes,
never tasted my shit.
What does it taste?
I have never tasted my shit. I'm sorry.
Aww.
So
I would
okay.
assume that it somehow accidentally get on like your.
No, and never get on my hands.
yes, so that we could milk
I
this
had
baby
the hand-eye coordination of a level 8 piano player. Okay, I could line up my asshole with the face of that Thomas train in a matter of seconds, perfectly without.
Marksman.
So I would just line that up. I would line that up like the planets align on like a solar eclipse, and I would just let it rip, and when I was all done, I would just leave it next to the toilet. I would just leave it next to the toilet, and I would get yelled at, and I would get yelled at every single time.
You would get yelled at.
I would get yelled at
for taking shit on the train.
I would get yelled at. I would think I was so clever because I would hide it in a slightly different spot every time, but it was always like one of three places. It would be on the floor next to the toilet, further against the wall next to the toilet, or on the cabinet. And
imagine the smell. Imagine the smell.
Yeah,
of that.
I actually don't remember the smell because I've repressed it so far into my brain.
It's like a fucking PTSD.
So okay, and I did okay, and this was not a one-time occurrence. I did this numerous times, and so one day I had to get rid of my Thomas trains because I was outgrowing them. At that point, I had not shat on my Thomas train in a number of years. And I got rid of, and we finally gave him to someone. And that Thomas train that I shat on regularly was still in there.
That poor child.
That poor, we had this giant bucket of like Thomas train pieces and stuff like that, and like the track pieces. And that woman bought the whole bucket of them.
He probably has a disease now
He's probably gotten
AIDS. He probably does.
So
he has fucking pink eye because of you.
Yeah, it was really funny. It was really funny. So do I regret the? Not really. No. Okay. Well, hey, how you guys have a story? Like can say that you.
One time I took a shit in the daycare toy box.
If you have a story like that.
How many of you guys have a story that is so autistic?
I took a shit in the daycare toy box.
Okay, this is on the same level as the cum box. Okay, this is even worse. I would almost argue.
No, it's not.
Reddit mysteries.
They created life. Have you seen the update post?
I haven't.
Wait, the update post?
I have.
They created life. What? There was so much semen in the shoebox that it created life.
How?
Doesn't it need to fertilize? There was fungi on it. He created an entirely new species out of cum.
Okay, so maybe it's okay. So how about it's on the same level as poop scissors? Can we agree on that?
All right. Yeah,
it's a higher level than poop scissors, but a lower level than the cum box.
I love how we have a tier list. So like the cum box is like S rank, and then like poop scissors would be like B, and then we'd have like poop train like on A in between. I you know, I thought I would feel so much better after letting that story out, but I just don't. I feel so unfulfilled right now.
You feel so. You need to take another shit on the train. Is what you need to do. You need to bring closure to the story.
It's long gone.
Break into their house and take a shit on the train.
I need to track down.
He probably doesn't even know where it is.
I will need to track down that exact. I will need to track down that exact same limited edition model of train. Okay, so that model of train was modeled after a scene from this one episode of Thomas the Tank Engine, like the original. It was the face that was on Percy was only used in one episode of the show. Now that I'm done.
Inconsistencies.
Now that I am done telling the poop train story, Bricksnake joins.
Okay, so if you guys
own
one singular train, if you own this train, please send it. Please send it to us.
If you have
if you are out here, you have this Percy train, I will give you $30 for it. Okay, just
We need
just
trains
so
so we will
just
take
so I
another
can have
shit on the train.
You know what, if we can find the person who obtained this box, I will buy us all plane tickets so we can fly down, or so you guys can fly down to California, and we will take one last
Eli takes a shit live
and we will take one last simultaneous shit
on the
train while doing the podcast, while recording the podcast.
That sounds amazing.
Hey guys,
But then we have to name that episode the Poopcast.
The Poopcast.
Poopcast,
The Poopcast.
Traincast. Welcome to the Train Enthusiast Podcast.
The Train Enthusiast.
Oh yeah, man.
I fucking love trains so much. I also love scat.
Nice.
Nice. Eli, were you ever... Misery. Were you ever, like, hot and bothered when you took a shit on the train?
I was always pissed off.
You were mad.
I mean, technically, you were.
You were mad.
I hated that train so much. That's exactly why I did it.
Imagine hating someone so much to shit on.
Hey Manzana. Hey Manzana, why don't you drive up to Fresno? I got something for you. It's only 5 hours, bro. Come on.
Your mic cut out.
I said, why don't you drive down here? I got something.
Again.
I said, hey, why don't you drive down here? Okay, so because I have a present for you.
Please go up to my
It's called my dick.
Dude,
I'd be happy to.
that's on the same level of like those vans. Those street candy.
All right, guys. So this has been the Pisscast. Thank you for joining us today on our journey to create.
Still got one thing.
What do you have for us, Manzana?
Got one thing to do.
Wait.
Okay, podcast is over. You can stop that now.
Wait.
No.
Donkey Kong murdered Mario and Luigi's parents.